Niger will be war on northern Nigeria. That is what Professor Yesufu is saying, that war on Niger Republic will be war on northern Nigeria. And this is following, the resolution of the ECOWAS leaders to intervene militarily in Niger Republic in order to restore democratic rule in that country. The who is who and the seniors in the northern Nigeria have actually objected to that, saying that the Nigerians are their brothers and their sisters. They intermarry, they live together, and some people in Nigeria have roots in Niger. Some people in Niger have roots in Nigeria. So war in Niger Republic should not be the solution. In line with that, a senior elder statesman in the north, Professor Yesufu, has come out to say war on Niger will be war on northern Nigeria. Let's see what he has more to say in this regard. Elder statesman Professor Usman Yusuf has warned that the declaration of war by ECOWAS on Niger Republic is also a declaration of war on northern Nigeria. The former chief executive of National Health Insurance Scheme, NHIS, gave the warning against the backgrounds of the regional body's intention to use military force to reinstate the overthrown civilian government in that Anglophone country. He said, "Let me dispense with any political correctness and say it loud and clearly that any attempt to invade Niger Republic by a Nigerian-led ECOWAS army in the guise of safeguarding democracy will be a declaration of war on northern Nigeria and its people, because we are the ones that will bear the full brunt of this misguided war. We in the region will not support any act of unprovoked aggression against Niger Republic under any pretext. We in the north are tired of wars. We have been at war with Boko Haram for 14 years and for 9 years with bandits and kidnappers. Thousands of our people continue to be killed and kidnapped, while millions have been displaced from their ancestral homes, including the 300,000 that have sought refuge as IDPs in Niger Republic. Our country, our economy, education, infrastructure, and social fabric have all been devastated. How can we support any foreign war when our house is on fire? At a time when Nigeria is facing the worst insecurity of our lifetime, with nauseating corruption, bad governance, youth unemployment, and drug abuse, discontent of the citizenry, excruciating poverty brought about by chaotic economic policies, a military invasion of the Niger Republic will be reckless with grave consequences beyond the sub-region. And that is correct. But these are facts. So instead of starting a new war, Professor Yesufu called on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to channel all his energy on finding ways to stop the bloodshed in the country by ending the wars on Boko Haram and banditry as soon as possible, reconcile warring communities, resettle all IDPs, and rebuild communities and the region's economy. Okay. So Niger Republic, he stressed, is a landlocked country with a total area of 1,267,000 kilometers square, okay, or square kilometers. So northern Nigeria shares with it a vast 1,100 kilometer long border stretching along Nigeria's entire northwesterly to the northeasterly border. So the 7 northern states of Kebbi, Sokoto, Zamfara, Katsina, Jigawa, Yobe, and Borno share a common religious, cultural, and ethnic at Zaba, Mawas, Hausas, Fulanis, and Kanuris heritage with their kinsmen in Niger. Wow. So that is what Professor Usman Yusuf is saying. that Nigeria cannot go to war in Niger Republic now that even the war with Boko Haram has devastated northern Nigeria. A lot of people have been displaced, a lot have been killed, there's serious bloodshed with bad economic policies and political policies. There's enough trouble in Nigeria that are going to war. And going to war means that the northern Nigeria will suffer it more because northern Nigeria have been more heated by this war with Boko Haram and banditry, and now you want to bring another international war upon them. That it will not be fair because the northern Nigeria shares a very long boundary with Niger Republic, and all the 7 northern states share common long boundary with the Niger Republic. And one thing he didn't mention here, which I know it is true, is that if Nigeria should go to war with Niger, those states that are sharing boundary with Niger are the ones that will suffer it first. Those are the ones that Niger will enter and start to devastate them first. Before it will get to Middle Belt, get to Southeast and Southwest, the northern Nigeria would have finished. That is the truth. So what Professor Usman is saying is that Nigeria should not go to that war, needless of fighting that war. The money that Tinubu want to use to go and fight that war, he should use it to resettle the IDPs, that's internally displaced persons in Nigeria. That should use it to solve the economic problem, should use it to, solve all the win the wars with Boko Haram that is far from being won in Nigeria. So there are a lot of problems in Nigeria, and a lot of them are in northern Nigeria. So don't come and bring another international war upon them, because that will mean finishing them. They will be the region that will bear the brunt of the war from beginning to the end of it. That is what Professor Usman is saying, and that is true. The only question I have for Professor Usman, when Buhari was in power, did you people come out to say all of this? Because Boko Haram did not start with Tinubu. It started with Goodluck before Buhari took over. So if everybody blamed Goodluck. He did his best. Okay, but when Buhari was in power, did you come out to condemn all of this? Because all the Hausas played to the gallery. They were more of playing tribal bigotry with Buhari. Now Buhari is gone, Tinubu is there now, and the Hausas are trying to pretend like they're saying the truth. This is hypocrisy of the highest order as well. Even though what he's saying is the truth, but why is the truth coming now? Why didn't it come when Buhari was in power? That is a big question that Professor Usman need to answer. Somebody is saying, beast of no nation, these northern people never love their country. They will rather support Niger against their country. They only shout one Nigeria to sustain their parasitic way of life. Somebody said, you said it all. That is actually true. That is one part of the big issues Nigerians are having. Somebody says, shut up. Okay, useless Jaga bandit, mad dog. I can see that it's only you, useless cost, God-forsaken Yorubas that loves Nigeria because your drug addict slave master Ebola Tinubu is the president. Hopeless, futureless animals. Can you imagine? Somebody don't enter there now, blast Yoruba. So that is most likely between Yoruba and outside there. Someone say, let the war begin. The same thing you guys said during good luck Jonathan and Boko Haram. Keep living in pretense. Useless sets of people, up there. Okay, so nobody will say or do anything from his statement, but let the Igbo who said so. Okay, you should have seen armored vehicles everywhere in every eastern part of Nigeria. Exactly. You see, if na Igbo man talk am now, they go don't send armored tanker against them to go and fight. I would say, yes, so all these northerners, what is the basis of deploying soldiers to southeast of Nigeria by Buhari? None of you shouting now. Okay, never condemned it. Hypocrites, exactly. When they were deploying soldiers to southeast, leaving the Boko Haram infested areas of the north, you people did not talk. Now, action is to be taken across border, and now you are talking. That is hypocrisy. That is not good enough. So thank you for listening, and let's have your comment for sharing. That is what Professor Yesufu is saying concerning the ECOWAS planned war in Niger Republic.